Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another Path of Exile video. Last episode was me, suiciding a whole bunch on that final boss, and getting that done, which I guess was exciting. Anyway, 4 levels have gone by, actually, about to be 5 levels over here. We probably will ding, actually, as soon as we do a map. And that's mostly what I've been doing. I did go and take another pass at our tabs and organize things a lot better, and I have started trading. That's actually the big news of this particular episode. I've talked about how I wasn't doing it for a long time, and it is fun to just sort of exist on your own. And I certainly think that as a new character, it's a lot more fun to, find your own gear as you go. Hey, look at that! We got a trade coming in. So that would be Death Barb. You want to buy this bad boy over here? Sure, that sounds fine to me. So as far as I can tell, the de facto way of doing it is you invite someone to a party at that point. And then you say something like, my hideout, please. There he is. I'm going to trade. And I'm going to give you that. And you will give me an Orb of Alchemy. Boom. Excellent. And then you say something like, thank you. And everyone is super polite and awesome. And you're going to wonder, how did... let me exit the party, which as far as I can tell, the only way to doing it is through this interface here, which seems a little bit odd. How did that person find me? Well, as I found out when I was sorting things out here, if you've got a premium tab, in addition to be able to colorize them and name them, if you go and set them public, you can set a price either for every item on the tab, so everything in this tab is an alchemy, or you can say that you want to set individual prices, and then you can right-click on an item and set that. And what this does is it opens up your items to a public API, and there's a website called po.trade. That's literally the URL, POE.trade. No .com or anything like that. And it's a site where you can search for all items and filter based on all kinds of different stats and different things like that. And there's a handy dandy little cut and paste paste message, this chat that came in. I'd like to buy this, certain tab, certain position, is just part of that where you can just copy and paste this message and done. Takes 2 seconds to make an order. I did use that to also buy my first item. I've sold a handful of things here and there. I've also used that to buy my first item, which was an Alpha's Howl. It's not the highest rated one. You can get ones with more evasion and more cold resistance. I don't know what the perfect one is, but can I get that info? Yeah, I'm using... Oh, you guys can't see that. Shoot. I'm using a auto hotkey plugin to quickly get some information that you could look up on the wiki. So the highest evasion could be 100. It's 80 to 100 evasion and 20 to 30 cold resist. So very middle of the pack kind of Alpha Howl, which is funny given the name. But +2 level of socketed aura gems in here is very sort of late gamey version of this item. I don't think I'm going to go and quality this one up. I think what I might do is invest in a top of the line one. I think I paid 1 or 2 chaos for this one, which was not much at all. That's it. People use these currency things, so 1 or 2 chaos orbs I think is what I picked this one up for, which was fine. I was like, whatever, it's okay. And I've sold some things for 1 or 2 chaoses and a bunch of things for some alchemy gems. You could sell things for something as low as an alt, and which I dabbled with at first, but I don't find that it's worth the trouble. If I'm gonna go and actually talk to someone, God forbid, then I'm just gonna do it for an alchemy. So if anything only, would sell for an alt, then I'm just going to go and ditch it. A lot of this is probably not going to sell for an alchemy, because actually some of this was stuff that I'd sort of figured out would sell for an alt. But I'll leave it here for a couple of days, and I'll just start vendoring it, and that seems fine. I'm selling some items here that have some skills that have some quality. None of these are particularly notable skills, and if they don't sell, then I'll just vendor them for a greater gem quality. What do you call it? Gem Cutter's Prison. It's like GCP is what people keep calling it. So I'll just vendor it. If you sell 40% worth of gem quality, then you get one of those. But yeah, so that's good. All right, I think we're ready to do stuff. I have very conveniently, I have the Orb of Alchemy that maybe I'll use on this grotto map. I'm pretty sure I've done a grotto. So here's the atlas. Here's the maps that I've done. Just a handful here and there. And the way it works is the maps that you can get as a drop, I guess, are any map. So if I'm doing, say, for example, what am I looking to do? Oh, the grotto, which is somewhere else completely, isn't it? Right there, right there. So if I do the grotto, it should drop anything that's a tier higher that I've unlocked anywhere, or anything that is within 1 or 2 from this area. So if I do the grotto, I could get a villa map, which I've literally never done. I thought I've done the grotto before, but I mean, if I had, I must have killed the boss of magic or higher on that map. So I guess I didn't. I do want to get all the bonuses so that we can get more map quality. I know that, like, you know, you could theoretically just sort of pick and choose which maps you do to maybe optimize whatever, get to the middle a little bit faster so you can do some of these end game bosses, but I think ultimately I'd like to do everything. I have used one sextant over here, the only one I got to, like, buff this area. So if I kill a nemesis monster, it'll drop 3 extra currency items. Boom. And I think, is it 5 times? So any map within this radius that I run will get that modifier, but I think it has 5 charges, so we'll presumably use one of these when we do this grotto map. And since I'm going to be selling some things from alchemies, and because in this league, you don't really need alchemy orbs. Like, it's funny, because as far as I can tell, they should be worth a lot less, since you can turn normal items into rares using all the essences over here. So to me, this should be worth less. Although in the Poe Currency Trader, they're bizarrely in the not the Nemesis League, this Prophecy League. They're bizarrely worth more than they do in normal League, which doesn't make much sense to me. But that's okay. So anyway, we should end up with a lot of excess alchemy that I won't really have a need for. So even though this is only a tier 3 map, I'm going to go ahead and rarefy that. 90% more item quality, 46 more quantity, or sorry, 90% more quantity, 46% more rarity. Shocking Ground, Rogue Exiles, more monster damage, monster poison on hit, monsters deal that, blah, blah, blah. What else has happened with my items? Not much. I am still in the position where I'm not, like, over-investing. I'm looking for a good base drop. Even if it's not magic or whatever, I'm looking for a good one in these dungeons I'm running. Oh, cheers. Going for a bow summoner. Oh, the Null's Inclination. Excellent. Awesome. Okay. You know, I'm not actually, I'm not resistance capped anymore because there were a few changes here. I am because your hideout's considered to be part of normal or whatever. I'm not sure. But once I get to Merciless, you'll see that or into the map, you'll see that I'm not actually resistance capped anymore. I'm using this dagger just because it's +2 level socketed fire gem. So I used to have my SRS in my helmet, but this gives a bonus to socketed aura gems. Not only that, but very importantly, reduced mana reserve. So now I can actually run both hatred and anger, supported by generosity, and I have my haste in here unlinked explicitly because I want haste to affect me. All these are getting +2 level from the Alpha's Howl. My chest piece over here still has the basic tanky minions, and over here I have my Summon Raging Spirit, Spell Echo support, and Melee Splash. Summon Raging Spirit has 2 extra levels from the Fire Wand. Unfortunately, I don't have enough. 3 is the maximum links you can have it in one-handed item. So still looking for that, like, ideal staff, which hasn't come up yet. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Now, I do have the cartographer here, and I will be using this map device, but first thing I'm actually going to do is pop over to the Eternal Laboratory over here. And the reason for that is because if I desecrate the ground over here, there we go, I can get galvanic ribbons. Am I not getting the fiery ones? I can't click on the other one back there. Oh, there's the base. Yeah, they're all galvanic ribbons, which is interesting. So these are not the ones that cast fireballs, but they're still pretty handy. So that's what I'm going to raise up as my specters. That's going to be fine. While I'm here, I may as well get my zombies up. So I come here because the ribbon dudes spawn in this zone. This is also a level 68 zone, which I believe is the highest level you can get in a zone outside of the maps. Now, these are not going to be level 8 specters or level 68 specters, because my Ray Spectre is only level 18 gem, which makes my... Oh, sorry. No, it's Desecrate I'm looking for. Krate's Corpse is up to level 71. Oh, actually, I'm fine. Never mind. Okay, so I am getting a level at 68 Spectres now. That's wonderful. I wasn't for a while, but I am. I could raise higher level Spectres inside of maps, because the maps are higher level, but I'll want to make sure that they're right kind of critters. It's going to be either these guys or like the Cursing Necromancers. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and summon my Chaos Golem. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn all on my auras. Haste. I'm going to turn on Anger. I'm going to turn on Hatred. Notice that Anger and Hatred do not show up in the buff list here because they have Generosity, so they don't affect me. And that leaves me with, I'd like to put my golem back there, 121 mana left in my pool. Not a whole hell of a lot. Notice I'm not even running a mana flask anymore because, like, literally the flask isn't going to do anything for me because, oh, the flask will restore like 900 hit points, well, or mana. Well, my regen is luckily good enough that I'm mostly able to spam my my flaming spirits nonstop. It's a little tricksy. I fiddled around with my tree a little bit, used some of my refund points. I think what I'm going to be picking up next... Oh, I did grab that. Never mind. I was going to say a little bit of extra mana. I'm actually not sure what's in the queue for me to grab next. There's something else down here that might be nice. Reduced mana cost of skills would be good, although I need quite a few levels to reach there. But it might be handy, and like the increased armor and energy shield is good here, and the maximum life. So I think that's the general direction I'm going to go. More cast speed. That sounds good. But yeah, if I can reduce the cost of skills, that won't reduce the cost of reserving mana, but it will make it a little bit easier for me to spam my Raging Spirits at 100% cast rate when I've got all my haste going on. But yeah, I needed that helmet, not to mention every freaking mana reserve reduction skill I could, just to be able to run those 3 spells concurrently, because Hatred is supposed to reserve 50% of my mana, Anger reserves 50% of my mana, so I should have 0 mana, and Haste reserves 50% of my mana as well. So 150% mana reserved is what I'm running now, and I still actually have some mana left over just because of all the reductions. Anyway, with all that, now I'm going to go back to my hideout. I could, in the laboratory there, open up the map, but if as far as I can tell, since Zaina's in my hideout, I can go and use the map here, get the 3% boost to quality, which is going to be good. I can also use the Invasions and Beyond stuff, but I don't know what that is yet, and I figure I should probably wait. So let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Excellent. So yeah, still missing a lot of items. I do have like 300 more hit points than the last time, but we're still far from like the sort of survivability I want. I am running the Jade Flask of Grounding over here, which, I don't know, maybe the Shocking will be relevant here to get the more evasion. I want to go and just pre-charge my Flesh Offering, and there we go. Oh, this is behind a wall. It's not where I want to be. So if you take a look at the mana in the corner there, you can see that if I'm going on... What the shit? Oh! Was that an Exile? I know there's supposed to be 2 extra Exiles in here. That would kind of make sense. Oh yeah, resist lightning. There's dudes going around here. Hello. Alright. I was not expecting... Oh, we defeat the Warband. Oh, am I fighting the Warband? Oh, the Scout. It's an Exile that spawns a Warband. That's what was going on there. I had a prophecy for that. Alright. Kind of a tough, exciting start going on there. And potentially pretty profitable. I'm no longer doing the thing where I don't identify the rares. Well, I never did sell any unidentified rares. I'm sure that probably gave some people some fits the idea there. I am going to go for the slightly reduced number of chaoses from that recipe, but that's going to be okay. I don't suppose there's like a stock or anything here. No. Okay, that's fine. So right away, we're 2 seconds into this, and we've already filled up our inventory, but that is not really a surprise. Oh, there's one over there. Can I use that to shuffle things around? Not really. So let's go to the hideout. Okay, that was a very quick little trip. I think what I'll do to save ourselves a little bit of time, I do have a couple of these just loot areas here, which I'll sort that out later on, so that way I can actually just finish this in a bit more of a reasonable time. Maybe I'll still do the evaluation after in this video after we're done precasting. Oh, there's someone behind me. There it is. I wasn't sure. Pop you. It's Quicksilver. I'm going to try not to actually stand in the fire. Oh, I did lose some of my zombies here, so we should get those back. Boom, boom, boom. That sounded like a map drop. No, I don't think that... There we go. Cartographer's Chisel. Very nice. Keep spamming this out. It's weird not seeing very many buffs over here, because for a while there I was getting affected by a lot of them. But all... Oh, there is missing one. There we go. But all I should see is the haste, my flesh offering, my golem. So basically I have 2 permanent buffs that I can see on myself now. And it just basically I have to make sure that my golem is still alive. Tyrant's Secum. So that's not even a very high level rare. They'll be really nicely highlighted if I happen to run anything 75, but this is not a high enough zone for that. But it is nice because if you sell a full set of level 75 plus rares, you can get a Regal, I think, assuming I've read that list correctly. So I've got a tab set aside for both of those actually. Oh, div card. There we go, level 77. Well, I'm really happy I didn't die to the freaking Exiles, because that would have been ridiculously bad timing. So yeah, I'm going to go down here. Cast speed, I mean, the spell damage, melee damage does nothing for me. But honestly, the plus 10 strength is quite handy, because I am using this belt in part because it's got the strength. I mean, it's got 53 life, which isn't bad, but it doesn't have much in the way of resists. But it's mostly like the strength part that was required at that time. Although if I level up any more of my red gems, then I might still need more strength. And I think, like, I don't think I want to not get to max level with any of my red gems right now. We've got, like, melee splash and anger or hatred. I think it's anger that's red. I'm not sure if there's... I think there's more that I'm running that's red. I'm not sure, though. But red gems tend to have strength requirements, and so I may need some items to give me that, which is a little bit inconvenient, but... Because I still have these two nodes right here, the plus 30 strength and the plus 30 agility. It would be nice to clear that out so that I could get more, you know, more passive mana regen. Turns out would be surprisingly useful, and maybe a slightly deeper mana pool. It does hurt. There's another exile. Whoa. It does hurt to get like a node that gives me something like a bone. Oh, 6 slots. You know, bonus to max mana, because I'm only getting a tiny little slice of that, and yet, oops, that's the wrong button. I just moved my Quicksilver to 5, so I keep accidentally using my Jade flask a lot when I actually just want a Quicksilver. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Pop you, go. All right, we're still good. Look at these drops, though. Not bad. Cannot complain about that. Bit tricksy. That's what I get for making it a rare, of course. I haven't been doing that very much because it was like, oh, these are all low-level zones. I should save my alks. And then I was like, you know what? I'm getting the alks at a relatively good rate, especially if I end up like selling quite a few of the rares. There's a lot of little alk shards that you get from that. And as a result, and that's the other reason for like identifying the rares, not selling them un-ID'd. I mean, turns out wisdom scrolls. Turns out you can sell other currency and get wisdom scrolls if you run into a problem, which is nice. Hey, there's my villa map for the first time. There we go. Yeah, so you can get the alk shards, and it's like, I should be able to, at the very least, you know, if I alk a map, I should get at least enough stuff to get at least one more alk out of it. Especially if it's a rare map, then I'm probably getting more stuff out of it, so... Fuck balls. Every time... You know what? And I mean, it's easy to say, but... Oh, did I resurrect in town? That's not what I meant to do. It's easy to say, but it feels like I only die when I actually record. Because I'm much, much more distracted. I can't remember the last time I died. Well, I guess you know what? We lost some XP, which sucks. But I did just level up recently, so I didn't, you know, there's a limit to how much I could lose. And I had to go to town regardless, but boo. So yes, I'm just going to go and drop loot in here for me to figure out later. Well, I could... I don't think there's any reason... No, that's not enough increased armor. We're not going to be selling that. So I'm just going to be vendoring it. You are going to identify that. And let me dump off currency. Yeah, see? Orb of Alchemy right there. So, easily pays for itself. That's not where I want to go. It's here I want to go. Div cards go there. Jewelry goes... Wow, that is... There's no way anyone wants this, right? I mean, I guess you can do I don't know, I'll keep it for now. Maybe there's a jewel recipe that I want to take a look at. And I'm just going to vendor this. I mean, it's got 4 links. Is there any reason I would want to use it? Maybe for a future character? Actually, I do want to be making a Marauder. You can see here my future character thing here. I mean, it's not a late game belt, but it's kind of cool when you hit level 50. It's probably a really good belt to have right around there. And this axe too, I mean, there's, you know, going to be rare axes that probably do this a lot better, but it's not bad at the time, probably. So let me go and actually bookmark that one, potentially for a character I have. Well, no, that 15% armor. And I mean, you can, it's 4 and 2 link. It's actually really convenient. And I guess I could just, I can just alt it. Yeah, let me go and bookmark that. Yeah, that's going to be okay. Oops, no, here. And maps, what is this one? Oh yeah, that's my villa map. Tier 4, so I'm doing tier 1, 2, 3, 4 for now. Alright, let's go back in here. And... oh yeah, I still have my portal, so at least I don't have to walk all the way. So what do I need? I need some zombies back. Da, da, da. And then I need to get haste. Anger. Hatred. Where the fuck did you come from? And you. And then this. And then drop some skulls. Alright. Oh, people have chased... oh, I see. It's a different branch. Hold on. I want to go up and to the left here and deal with jerk-ass. It is here that I died, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Where the hell did I die? Oh, down here. Yeah, okay. So let's take this branch first. It's going to be alright. Probably short, although some of these loop around. I don't think I've done this map, though. I think that's what I was saying before, right? I bet you I've completed the... oh, I have to kill the boss, right? Doom, 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 doom. But yeah, I definitely need... I still need a lot more defenses. And again, I'm not capped on my resists. I mean, I'm not low, but I'm not capped, and that makes me very unhappy. Hello. You know, you're just a rare, extra fire damage, this and that. Am I standing in lightning? No, I'm not taking any damage, so I guess I'm okay. Actually, does this do any damage? What does it do? You take increased damage while standing. Ah! Yeah, okay. That's fine. Okay, dead end there. Nothing down here that I left. No, we're good. Alright, just keep running then. This might form a circle, I'm not sure. Dodge that. Go here. My flame dash gem. Oh yeah, I got, I replaced the teleport finally with flame dash, which is actually a lot more useful as an escape. I don't have it linked to anything yet. I don't even know if you need to worry about leveling up Flame Dash. Actually, probably you don't, I bet. Because it probably just adds to mana cost? I don't know, I'll have to look into that. So, Claws. Claws are much more inclined to Vendor almost always, because... what do we have here? Screaming. I don't think... I haven't used another one of those essence corruptions since that one at like level 20. Potentially, you know, these are reasons to use it, but I'm not sure. Let me go and pre-drop some bodies, blow them up, drop some more, spawn a bunch of skulls to start off with. Good. Pop this, run away with the flame dash, and then I'm going to explode some more bodies so that the ones I have summoned previously are nice and buffed. There we go. Maybe a little paranoid. Well, that might not be a bad base for something. For my new chest? No. I mean, it's more resist. And it's not like my current chest gives me much. But the energy shield's probably slightly more worthwhile. I don't know. It's not enough of an upgrade for me to think about it. Yeah, but again, I have like the crappy chest. A lot of the gear really, really needs some proper loving. And I'm just being lazy. I could probably just spend a couple of chaos and, like, quadruple my power if I were willing to just go and do some more trading. But shopping is boring. Selling I'm okay with, but shopping is boring. Unless I know there's something specific I want, like Alpha's Howl. Grab that, grab that. I need a zombie. Pop some bodies, drop some skulls. I think I left the chest back there. May as well do that while my skulls are killing. Okay. Because my skulls don't chase me. So I can drop skulls and then run away. That's fine. Sork Boots, we will chaos that. Or chance that, rather. See if we might eventually get a unique. I don't think I've gotten a single rare from chancing those. And I think I've done like 10 at this point. Which might be statistically entirely reasonable. Some magic monsters back there. Let's just pull back a bit. Spam skulls. Should be nice and safe back here. Did lose a zombie.
I need more mana.
Grab that. Grab this. Grab some boots. Blow up bodies and run. Okay, looks like we are making a nice circle. You know what? This map's not terrible. I don't know if it has super high density, and I like wide open maps better, but it's a hell of a lot more convenient than some of the dungeon maps. Should not be this close to the front. I should have just run back. This is the sort of stuff that got me killed last time, and almost got me killed against the Exiles. I need to play a little bit more cautious because I really, especially on the rare maps with a lot of these mods, I'm not really configured to face tank this stuff. Haste, I'm going to keep maxing out. I don't think there's any reason I wouldn't want to max out my haste. Again, I keep using my Jade Pot at the wrong time. Blow you up. I think this might be right where I died, right? I mean, no, not yet. What did I leave behind over here? Die. I think the rainbow will always supplant the quality thing. I don't think I can sell that for a what you call it. That's okay. Do I care about this? Inventory Tetrising. Yeah, I probably should. I've got, yeah, 3 more re-entries, so that's going to be fine. Oh, I was going to do that after. Right. Normally, I sell them after every stop. Oh, hold on. We got a sale coming in. Let me deal with this real quick. Loot. Let me just drop this stuff, so it's not in my way. You want to buy... Oh, yeah! Hey, we're going to sell a gem. Invite the party. Cast when damage taken. I thought that might do well. So that's over here. Cast when damage taken for 3 chaos. Hopefully that's... Yeah, it seemed like based on the rates online. Trade. At first I was really worried, like, oh, what if I do a bad trade? And it's like, you know what? Fuck it. There you go. 3 chaos. Good. Done. Thank you. Alrighty. I can dump currency over here. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. Oops. Veil orb. And then a blue and a red. And what I should do at some point is I could even, like, you know, just sell even the non-quality ones. I mean, I have some quality ones in here. I'm just selling the ones that are over 10%. I could sell, you know, some non-quality ones because some people might have demand, but it'll probably just be like an alt. And again, I don't think I want to care enough about trading alts because I don't want to be interrupted all the time. Oh, you fucker. Ah, that was a waste. Okay, tell me, this is the wrist chopper? Okay. That sucked. That I accidentally used an extra portal there. Because things were over... Oh! Hello. Okay, nothing I care about, but it's a 6-slotted item. Where am I? Oh, I have to backtrack entirely. Back to the spot where I died. Boo! Boo, 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 boo. Blow up some corpses for a little bit more speed. That's dead end, yep. Well, that's not very exciting. Come down here. But yeah, with the flesh offering, I think, like, if I do this, right, and I just spam out skulls, I think I actually, yeah, do not get to use my full casting speed. You can see it start to stutter there because I actually start to run out of mana. That being said, it's pretty rare that I dump through, like, non-stop casting with maximized haste from the flesh offering my entire mana pool and then stay there for a while. Because usually I'm having to move, and if, like, I even move for like a half second, that regenerates enough mana. But it would be nice to get my mana pool regenerating just fast enough to be able to keep up pace. Okay, so that must be where I died. And there's probably, for all I know, the dude's going to be dead over there by the time I get there. Because my minions do linger after my death, especially if I don't exit the map right away. Okay, that... What the hell is doing so much damage to me? What's over there? Elemental resist, yeah. Let's keep popping these bodies to keep my skulls at maximum haste. There we go. I guess, was that, could have been a boss? Ah, yeah, there we go. So it must have been the boss, and I just wasn't seeing it. So we got another 6 slot, that's nice. Another map, and just a bunch of stuff that I will sell. Can I fit the heavy belt in? Yeah, what about the fiend dagger? Excellent. And I might be able to fit another one, but I can at least take one more trip home, so that's going to be okay. Let's just ID now. Do this. do that. So I'm not going to keep making these videos of me running these maps because I don't think that's very exciting. What I am planning on doing is starting another character soon. And while I am saving these items, I'm tempted to go into the hardcore league just to mix it up. I'm also trying to convince Briarstone to come play with me too. And we'll see how that goes. So let's pop back into here, grab a few more rares. May as well pop that chest. There we go. Yeah, a couple of close calls in there. Very scary. And ID. Okay. So let's start almost certainly vendoring everything that... No. It's all elemental damage. And if I understand correctly, if you've got an item that's got a lot of elemental damage, even if it's really high, which I don't know if this counts, you really want very high attack speed per second, because the kind of builds that would make use of that just tend to add a lot of flat damage to the items. But like usually elemental damage, but just more flat damage, which means you want as high as possible attack speed. And that's really slow, and yeah, not that physical. That's a lot of evasion and a couple of resists. No life on it, but you suppose you could craft some on. But I don't expect, there's like, these are sort of a dime a dozen, I think, especially without max resistances, so no. And same thing, there's like no real noticeable damage over there. So we'll do that, and then we'll just keep going through the loot over here. Like that. And sell you, and yeah, I'm just going to sell you for the jewelers. That's going to be fine. No reason to keep you around otherwise. Same thing here. This is, so I did discover that if you do, like, alt, because I kept using the /item level, which is what you had to do, but I think like a million years ago they did make it so when you hold alt, it shows you the item level. That's not what I'm looking for, though. I'm actually looking for the base level of this. It's a base 58, like this loricated ring mail, so it's not... The reason that armor and energy shield aren't very impressive is because it's a relatively low level item. If it was like, one of the final types of armor, it might be worth considering doing some enchantments and stuff on it, but I don't think there's going to be any value, and certainly getting, 7 more Jeweler's Orbs, pretty good. Apparently, +1 level to socketed melee gems is not very helpful, and so there's nothing to worry about there. You can get +2, and they're apparently not very helpful either. That doesn't look like it's worthwhile. That's a bunch of, good cold resist and a little bit of life, but I don't think there's any reason to keep that around. Same thing here. It's very similar to that other one, and I don't think there's any good gain there or there. Nope. And that's a rainbow item. And this belt, what's the level on it? Okay, this is going to be a good addition to my... sell that. Go here. So this stash here, which is still for sale technically, these are rares that I'm just going to convert into chaos using the recipe. Apparently, like, getting rare freaking amulets is hard to come by. Like, I've got most of the things I'm looking for, but I'm not getting the rare amulets. Okay, you are done, and we're gonna go and grab a bunch of stuff over here. That is not a very efficient pile grab, but that's gonna be all right. What you got? Probably not. Again, the base of this is really, yeah, requires level 58, so it's not like the top-end crown, so I don't think there's going to be any reason for that. That's not much physical damage, and the attack rate sucks. That I'm selling for a rainbow. That is not helpful at all. 41% is not going to be enough, although it does have the 41% and the physical, which is probably one mod. And if it's a physical one, I don't think the attack speed matters quite as much. Okay, no, it's not one mod. There are 2 mods, and the 41% is like a tier 8 one. The add 17 to 34 is apparently a tier 2 one, but I don't think that's worth adding together. Ooh, yes, yeah, I'm going to chaos you, or chance you, and yeah, I'm going to get rid of you. So, let's do this. Let's go and see. So the idea with these sorcerer's boots is that the unique is quite good. So random rarity. No, it's a nice, like, addition of energy shield. I'm not doing an energy shield build, and it has no resistances, so it's just going to get vendored. So that's okay. Loot box. Loot 2 is done. Yeah, okay, good. Let's do some of the bigger ones, and that, and then tuck in a couple of those. All right. What do we got? That's more ES on this one. This is, actually, the base level of this is 70. Saintly Chainmail. I think all the saintly whatevers are the are the highest level armor. So this is the highest level armor / energy shield combo, which is actually what I'm looking for in the end. Again, I don't have an energy shield centric build, and so I'd much prefer probably just armor. The problem is if it's just an armor, then it's going to be biased towards red sockets. This is going to be biased towards blue and red sockets, which will make it easier for me to use. It's only 30 life. It's only got 1 resist, although the 43 is, you know, I guess better than the combined resistance I've got now. And it does have more life. This is strictly better than the armor I've got on now. The question is simply, is it worth me going and trying to get, because I'd probably want at least 4 blue linked sockets for my minions. You know, maybe I could make do without the specters. Is it worth investing in this? It may be. That is really low life. The intelligence doesn't help me. The max mana doesn't really make a bunch of a difference. And I probably can't add any useful mods to this. I mean, I haven't done anything here either. Again, it is strictly better than the one I've got, and if it had 4 blue, or just 4 link sockets, I'd probably roll until they were all blue. But here, I don't think I'm going to spend the currency to bring that up to par. So I'm just going to vend that as is. That's a fair amount of resistances. Doesn't have a butt ton of armor. I might be worth looking into selling that. That's just a rainbow. You're crap. My current boots are mostly just armor. And 83 health, so... it's good resistances, but no. That's fine. I think you get rid of that too. That's not impressive. Oh, here's another chest. Yeah, but it doesn't have as much defenses. It has more resistances, but it doesn't have the life, and it doesn't have as much ES. So we'll toss that as well. I'm going to go and just consider this item. Most likely it's crap, but I'm going to just stick it in the top left corner, or top right corner, and I can look into pricing later on. That's a quality flask. That gets put there for vending later on. And and most... Whoa, hit a wrong key there. I'm going to keep the jewelry in there for a second. Most likely I'll just put that in my Chaos Orb crafting tab. It's a lower level item with reduced requirements and a little bit of life. And like, it might be a fine leveling item, but I don't think that's worth like making the effort to try to sell. I'm not interested in any of these helmets, and I don't think that's good enough to do anything with. It's a fair amount of ES, but it's a lower level item. Doesn't have a ton of resistance. It's nice to have the life, though. I mean, I will say that. But I don't think so. It's already all socketed or linked and everything, which is nice, but there's no good variables on there. Hey, there's a minion gem item, but it's way too behind. And again, that's an elemental. Like, lots of little elemental damage, but it is slow. It does have the crit. I might want to check to verify that I'm correct that this isn't worth anything, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Get rid of you as well. And I sort of need like a price me later tab, but this will do for now. Wasn't I complaining about how hard it is to get rare amulets in particular? So let's see here. These are all, yeah, there's nothing above level 75, which is fine. It's a lot of strength and int. Fire damage, yeah. I do like the idea of like an amulet with increased armor, because that will globally affect you, but no, that's kind of, no one's going to use that, so we're going to put that there for later. A bunch of extra elemental damage to attack, and the mana leech. I mean, maybe that's a thing that people care about? I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about the builds. A bunch of rarity, which is something that people care about, but then after that, all it's got is resist. I mean, it's got the passive evasion rating. Again, I don't know enough about the scene. I'm going to have to go and price these at some point, but probably they're crap. Mana regen, yeah, no, that's nothing. It's got the dual resist, it's got the rarity as well, and a little bit of life. Most likely, it's also not worth anything, but I want to go and double check that. That's a fuck ton of attributes. I mean, I use some attribute things to make sure I can equip everything. It's got a little bit of life. If it had like a crazy life roll, like, I'd be tempted to regal this to bring this up to something else. I mean, this is just magic, so I'm not even sure that it's worth considering. Probably not. Almost certainly we're just going to vend that one. That's a lot of life on something. It also has the plus 16 to all elemental resist and the mana regen. Again, I'll probably have to go in and price this stuff to verify that, you know, I think it's all crap, but I will go and do a double check on that. I'll just go to po.trade, and what I'm going to do is look up items with similar stats and see if people are pricing them like super duper high, in which case it's like, oh, maybe there's a thing here.
You wish to ask me something?
Got the movement speed and the life, but no resistances. Although it's got the rarity gainer. I don't know. I don't know how highly people value that. It's not like these resistances are anywhere close to capped on these. These are all pretty low tier rolls. So while it's got a lot of neat stuff, and it is, I mean, it is only level 45 requirement, but yeah, that's the other reason that people aren't going to necessarily be interested in this. That is a lot of life. And a lot of move speed. Maybe? I don't know. Like, I have not done any research into how people like to gear up their magic find. So that's basically, like, most of these items, that's sort of what that represents is, yeah, how important is, like, magic find loot? Do people really pay a premium for it or not? I don't know. I got a dungeon map. So I got 2 of those. I'll probably do the villa because I haven't done one of those yet. Who knows? Maybe I'll get another dungeon map. You can sell 3 identical maps to get the next tier up. I've done a tier 6 map, but they haven't really been dropping much since then. But there we go. Yeah, you can see I've done Strand and completed it, as well as the Dunes, done it and completed it, but running a little bit short on stuff. I could like do some more factories, although I've run factories a handful of times. And apparently I've never gotten a channel or a cavern map from doing that, which is a little upsetting. Jungle map I've done, and I thought I'd done the beach. Maybe not. Do I maybe just own the beach and I've never done it? Yeah, they're right over there. So at some point I'm going to want to go through and do them all, just for completionist's sake, but that's a long way away. And what I might do is take a break from this character for a little while, and yeah, consider leveling up big smashy marauder type person, because that could be a lot of fun, I think. I don't know. My stronghold here. Feels like there's more stuff back here, but I don't think I can actually reach it. I know there's like some possibility for like hidden things, but I don't think that's here. And I think this is the medium one. I don't think I can invite any more people than I've got now, but we'll see. We'll see. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.